Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today we have a fantastic one for you. Today, we're actually going to be showing you how my brand new fourplex sprung a leak. In today's video, we're going to go over a landlord's response to an emergency type situation, as well as we're going to show you what you should do in the event you have a terrible leak inside of your apartment or rental property. And on top of all of that, we actually are going to do something a lot of YouTubers are doing right now, which is a leg reveal. So we thought it'd be fun. Graham Stephan said he was doing one in his next video, so we decided to throw one in this one. And on top of all of that, we actually have a video of me getting a haircut during the quarantine during the illness, and we'd like to actually share that with you as well because we had a lot of fun filming it. So this video is going to be a little bit different than our other videos. This one's going to have a bit of a rant feel because in this video it's going to go into the darker side of real estate. So where do I start? Let's start with the actual project itself. So this project that we're going to be talking about today is the fourplex with all of the land to build 16 more units. I've actually shared this with you day one, video 1 and video 2, and then we also had a later video just saying that anything that could go wrong did. Even though I'm still very thankful that we bought this project, even though I'm very thankful that this project is going to literally double our real estate portfolio, it has definitely been a journey, and in this video, you're gonna see exactly why. Another thing that you're gonna see a lot of on this channel is gonna be personal growth. I am really into goal setting and all forms of getting better every single day, whether it's reading a book, learning something, or watching a YouTube video. So being that we're talking about goal setting here today on this particular segment is this. I had set up in my goal sheet, and then we're actually got videos that we're filming right now to share with you just how to set these up. But for instance, in this goal sheet, I had set up for us to have 25 rentals. That's been my goal for about the last year. And this project is actually going to smash that goal and not only get us over 25, because right now we're at 22, we're very close, but it not only will smash that and turn us into 38 rentals when it's all complete. But speaking of smashing, please smash that like button until it turns blue. It helps us for the almighty YouTube algorithm. Also consider subscribing to our channel because, spoiler alert, I'm about to share with you what we've got coming up. So here's the thing, not only are we gonna finish that last few videos on that blue house, the $20,100 remodel, but we also have a duplex that we're just dropping the floors in right now. And guess what? We filmed it all for you, ground up construction. I already own the land, and we cannot wait to share it with you so that way you guys can learn from the ground up construction. Also, biggest part of the spoiler alert, something that you're gonna see in a few months or depending on how we go, it should get started relatively soon, and it will be started by the end of this month, as we are breaking ground on our next 8 units, right? That's gonna turn us from 22 units all the way to 30 and demolish that goal of 25 units. So what that's gonna do is we're gonna break ground on that and build 8 more apartments on this exact property we're talking about in here that we just had the issue on, and we're gonna film it all for you so that way you can learn with us. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about, like I said, the ugly side of real estate, and it's also gonna be about the absolute worst leak I have ever experienced in a property yet. On May 2nd, we got a horrible call from some of our favorite tenants at the property. When I explain this call, you're also gonna be a bit confused, and you're gonna see why they're some of our favorite tenants. So during this call, she gives us a call and her crackling tone was not matching her words. Call went like this. She said, hey guys, I don't mean to bother you. I know it's late, it was midnight. And she said, but it's pouring from our first floor's ceiling. It's non-alcoholic, but yeah. I don't know about you, but I think my phone call to my landlord would have been a little bit more direct or a little bit more freaked out. And I just tell you, that just goes to show you how much we enjoy them and why we enjoy them so much. So as me and Kayla put on our shoes and headed out the door to go and meet them, sadly, I must tell you, this was not my first time having this. So I asked a few follow-up questions that I've learned to do through my sales career to get a little bit more information and to figure out exactly what the problem was. So the first question I asked as an experienced landlord with this issue was, have they showered or taken a bath lately? And her response was, yes, we just got done with our workout, so we decided to take an ice bath, and when we came downstairs, we could hear water running, and to our amazement, it was raining downstairs. Now at this point, we are on the way and getting a little less freaked out, being that I think I know what the issue is. So the next question I asked was, is it coming out of the vents or is it coming out all over? And I said, can you see, is it coming out from like a controlled area? And so she says, yes, it's coming out of the vents. How did you know? And so is it coming out of one vent or two? And she says, it's coming out of the one vent and it's raining on our kitchen table. And so now I completely understand that the tub, either the seal or the overflow has malfunctioned, and that is what's going on right now. It is actually not a busted pipe or anything like that. It is just the seal around your tub. Instead of the water going through the pipe, it's going on the outside of it. Or if it overflows the tub, which that's a no-no, you tenants out there and landlords, you know, hard to stop that one. But if the tub gets overflowed, there's a overflow in there where the seal either has come loose there and it's running on the outside of the pipe on to the sheetrock of the floor below, and it normally comes through your AC vent. So when we were almost there and we had kind of fact-finded some information out between us and the tenant, she had also sent Kayla a video, because she videoed it first before she called us, which is just quick thinking on her part, and she assured us it wasn't going on Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook, because that's not that great for business, you know. That could be good for business if people wanted a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, because now we got a bath in the living room, huh? No? Okay. Anyway, that was my attempt at a joke. So here's the thing. What ends up happening is I told her it was going to stop soon, and she did say it seems like it's starting to slow down, but she was still freaking out. And so by the time we actually pulled up to the actual house and got out, it had already stopped. And of course, knowledge was kind of power here, and showing her and telling her what probably had happened made her feel a lot more comfortable. Now, I don't want any of you to ever go through this issue. I want you to watch this video and understand, and that way you have the same knowledge without the issue. Luckily for everyone, they actually didn't have anything super valuable on the table. They had already moved their laptops to the couch where they were working right after their workout before they did their ice bath. And there was a few papers that got damaged, but for the most part, everything was fine, but the roof looked really rough. And I'm telling you, it only ran like that for about 3 to 5 minutes, which is not really a big issue of time, but that roof took a lot of water. And another thing is the floors are going to be perfectly fine because we use a vinyl luxury plank that is scratch resistant and waterproof, so it won't have any issues there. And we've been checking it pretty periodically, and we're going to get into that in just a second. So the first thing I did when I actually got to the property was check on the tenants. The second thing I did was check the ceiling. Now, that's about as much of my ability, checking the ceiling, kind of looking at it, making sure the damage, taking a few photos, and I'm going to share those with you in a second. And the third thing I did is I went upstairs and I checked the actual drain and the caulking around the drain just to kind of see what it was. I even tested it out and ran a little water and put the plug in, and nothing happened. When I let the plug out, Kayla said she didn't see any water, and I was a little baffled. So I do realize that it was probably the overflow at this time, but at the same time, really didn't have a clue at the moment. So as I said before, I am very familiar with this issue, and let me explain the reason why. Back in 2019, we finished our 3-plex or triplex that we had just built on Enterprise Boulevard. That's where that duplex that we're going to be sharing with you will come from. In this situation, a plumber that I've been very good friends with, a good drinking buddy, and someone who gives me fantastic work and fantastic prices, just finished the plumbing job. We rented to a very sweet nurse and teacher, and they are taking a shower the very next morning and called me freaking out. Very similar call, except this call this time was really strange. It was so nice. But this call was also nice, but the right tone. Whoa, it's raining in my downstairs. So I come blazing over there. I called my landlord, I'm the landlord. I called my contractor, I called my plumber, said, meet me there now. I have a different tone whenever I'm a little upset. And we get there, all of us show up, and my plumber goes up to the second story, checks the tub, and the caulk around the actual drain had malfunctioned. The good news is it only rained inside the first floor for about a minute to 2 minutes before they turned it off. It was a shower. The problem this time, the reason it was 3 to 5 minutes is because it was a bath. So that was a lot more water, but the reason it didn't have as much water, and I still couldn't figure it out, well, let me tell you why in just a second. The very next morning, I had my plumber, the one that had also caused this issue, so he's an expert in this field, and I give him a hard time. I will bring that up for the next 30 projects. I really will. And this last time has pushed me over the edge, and I told him, no, ever, never again. We've actually worked out to where he includes a little bit better fixture, and sometimes that just helps. Or it could be the same fixture, but he tells me it's a better one. So I'm watching you, Trent. I'm just letting you know. He watches these videos as well. So what ends up happening is he goes, he checks it, he says, Grant, no, yeah, you're right. There's no problem here. But the overflow had actually come loose. So similar issue than before, the exact same outcome, and finally we now have a handle on this because my plumber will never, ever let this happen again. So as far as what we did to fix this issue, well, it's still kind of undergoing. First thing we did was we ran fans all weekend long. First thing we did, get in there, run fans, make sure that we can get this ceiling dry. After we got the ceiling dry, it actually cracked, which you'll see right here. It cracked across the entire part, and when I brought my contractor, my plumber, my painter, and my inspector, all the people who, not the painter, had failed me on this project, right? And it's not their fault. They couldn't have foreseen it. But at the same time, I have these guys in my corner to make sure this stuff works because that's what they do. They're going to be looking even harder, and we're going to make sure that we put some kind of penalty in contracts in future builds to where if these things happen, I get a little bit of pain and suffering or a warranty on all of it, which I already have, but I'm gonna have that in writing because I'm tired of this issue. So very tired of this happening. Shouldn't happen to me ever, and it happened to me twice. So what we ended up doing is we had a conversation with the tenants, and we're gonna fix it in about 30 days. So they're gonna have that big ugly crack in their center of their living room for a little while, or the center of their kitchen, until we get it fixed, because we're gonna periodically check it for mold. My contractor, the inspector, my plumber all agree that it did not run long enough for it to cause an issue, very much like my enterprise property. Another reason that this isn't a big issue is because we do not run insulation in the first and second floor. So you don't run one in between the first and second floor. So there's nothing really in there to get wet. So I'm thinking we're in the clear. So please comment below anything you would do if you want to just cut all the sheetrock out, what you want to do, because we still haven't really made up a decision. And I'm going to video a future follow-up video to share with you as well. So that way we can all learn together. So from popular demand, here we go. We'll give myself a little drum roll. You ready to see it? This is my leg reveal, right? All the big YouTubers are doing, so I might as well join in too, right? Bam! So I've got my beat up running shoes from a long time ago, and then I've got my Cell warm-up pants from Dragon Ball Z, right? I'm a nerd. First step's admitting it, I'm a nerd. That's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, please demolish that like button for good luck, so that way you never have this at your property. I bet I'm gonna get a lot of likes on this one, right, everybody's? No thanks. On top of all of that, please subscribe to our channel. We have a ton of great content coming to you from brand new construction, ground up construction, remodels, personal growth, you name it, we've got it. On top of all of that, please comment anything you liked out of this video or anything you'd like to see in future videos. And don't forget, at 1,500 subscribers, we're gonna give away another $100 gift card and a letter from me signed just saying how much I appreciate you. And I hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you on the next one. Now that we've shared this crazy, terrible problem, let's have a little fun and show you my haircut during quarantine. Hey, this the place?
This the getting spot.
This the place, okay. How much?
Well, what you willing to pay?
I heard it was like $20.
$20 plus a tip.
That works.
Okay. So
this is legal, right? Just making sure it's legal.